Kevin McCullough.
I want to say thank you to those of you that called last hour because of the number of slaves that we are trying to free here at That Kevin Show. We do this on an annual basis because we believe that these slaves should be freed and that Christian Solidarity International is stepping up and stepping into these women's lives in a way, particularly on this weekend of Mother's Day, that I just can't imagine anything else being more important. When you're talking about setting a mom free, and what we have begun to be able to do with CSI in the last couple of years is actually earn the liberation of their children as well. Many of the children of the slaves that would go free would not used to be allowed to be liberated with them. The slave masters would demand that that was his child and that it by rights belonged to him. But in recent years, the last couple of years, we have been able to actually earn those releases as well. And imagine the joy of a mother who does not hold resentment against a child that she was forced to bear in a way that was unjust. But because she really loves that child, because that child is maybe the only family that she still has left. A bunch of these children saw trauma when they were taken into slavery of their entire family being killed right in front of their very eyes. So to have a child and to be able to live your life with it, to continue to raise it, to not be separated from it, it's just an amazing gift. And friends, when you give that $250 tonight, you are changing not just the mom's life, but that child's life as well. It's really impacting two people at the same time. $250 gives that small family everything they need. It gives them the food to feed them for a year. It gives them the seed to plant another year's worth of sorghum grain. It gives them all the utensils they need to cook, clean, fish, and garden with. It gives them the tarps to protect them from the weather. It gives them the blankets and the other things to help keep them warm when it gets cold. And it allows them to experience a little micro enterprise when they have the ability to raise a little she-goat, brand other goats and sell them and create an income for themselves. That you provide all of that for your one-time gift of $250. Will you call right now? Maybe you'd like to help more than one slave. We have 208 names on our list this year, and thus far 64 of them have been crossed off. But that means that there are a number still left, more than 148 that we need your help with. So would you call 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. We have done this together for the last number of years, and because of your faithfulness, because many of you have participate every year, we have seen close to 4,500 human beings be set free from slavery. Think about that. Whatever civil rights organization or mission group or whatever else that you can tell me about in the last 10 years, name one of them that has set 4,500 slaves free because of. That's what you and I have done together. That's what we've done together. Your faithfulness, our family, this is our goal. Every single month, it is our goal to liberate one more slave. Now, sometimes there's months that are harder than others, but for the most part, for the last 4 years, we've been able to accomplish that goal. And for the most part, I am so glad we did, because that now means that about 48 of those women were freed because of our family making the determination to say, we're going to come together and do this. My children bought into it big time during COVID because they were watching me do the show and they heard me advocating for it. And they said, Dad, we've got to do more. So here's the number, 888-342-1010. Now, there's a spring liberation just around the corner, and we're trying to get all or as many of those 208 liberated this spring as we can. But we need their bag of hope. We need their negotiation to be completed, and we need your help right now. 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. Your $250 gift supplies everything they need to start their life over once liberated. And it's a beautiful process. They get to come to a recovery area. They get tended to by professionals with loving care in ways they've never been treated in their adult life. And it really just makes the world of difference. 888-342-1010, 888-342-1010. It might be someone just like this.
It took me 15 days to walk the journey back to South Sudan. But that marked a passage for my life, from the horrors of slavery to a future filled with hope. taken when I was just a child, snatched away literally from my mother's arms. My dreams of happiness were shattered as my living nightmare began. And suddenly, I found myself a slave. My slave master stripped me of my Christian faith and even my name, and he stamped on me instead a Muslim name and identity, and the beginning of a life of endless work. My worst day in slavery is still a vivid memory. My master sent me for a very difficult job of fetching water. The jugs are very heavy, and the distance is very far. When I was on my last trip to the well for that day, a group of Arab men approached the well and began calling out to me. And then they raped me. My master refused to accept my story and even blamed me for what ended up happening. And he did so even though he had raped me so many times before that. Because I have no idea of my birthday or even hometown. When I arrived to South Sudan, I was very blessed to be able to join a community of 150 other former slaves. And as I am now pregnant with a child that was conceived from my abusers, it's my hope to be a loving and caring mother. I hold no remorse against this child because I am so grateful. I wish to send thanks to God and thanks to those of you who cared about me and brought me safely home. And I would like to ask that you not stop until every captive is freed, fed, and healed. My name is Abuk Garang, and because of your faithfulness, I was freed in November of 2023. And this is my story.